Hello, and in today's video I'm going to be building a 2008 Windows XP gaming PC. For the motherboard, I went with the Asus P5K Deluxe, and underneath that big shite cooler is an Intel Core 2 Duo E8400. The board also has 4 GB of Mushkin 1066 MHz DDR2 RAM. For the GPU, I went with the NVIDIA GeForce 9800 GTX overclocked edition with 512 MB of VRAM. I also went with this GTX 80 Plus 500 watt power supply. I also chose this Nest-Q FanMax 8-channel fan control, which is actually still brand new and boxed, since the case I'll be using has a lot of space for fans. Now for the case, I found this full acrylic clear case for very cheap, which is the reason I wanted to build this PC. The side panels are not yet installed since I first need to I will actually now unbox this 8-channel Nest-Q FanMax fan controller, since I actually bought it sealed. So I don't know from what year this is. So yeah, there's nothing, but it's in the manuals in German since I bought it in Germany. So yeah, we have some screws here, and this is like very cool brushed steel or what, and it's actually still sealed here. So yeah, I'm now gonna peel off this sticker sealing the anti-static bag here. Taking this out, and yeah, it's a pretty basic fan controller, but looks quite cool. So first I'll actually be installing the CD/DVD drive, which is sadly a beige Philips drive, but it has LightScribe and seems to be from 2005, which is a bit older than the PC itself that I'm building, but it has some either Chinese or Japanese lettering on it. So I'm going to be putting the CD/DVD drive in here like this, but it's pretty hard since this doesn't. Okay, so now that I've installed the CD/DVD drive, it's time for the fan controller, and oh my god, how many cables is this? I mean, I guess it's for 8 fans, so there's gonna be a lot of cables. So I actually came here into a little issue when installing the Nest-Q, since the screws that came with it would not, like, this is like too thick, so the screws would not fit, so I actually had to find custom screws like that I had lying around that will actually fit, since they have to be very small also. So now the only thing is slight wobble that's happening here, but otherwise the fit is pretty good. I think I'm gonna fix this since it's driving me pretty insane. But yeah, most than that, we can start installing the motherboard, the fan, the power supply, the graphics card, and everything else. So I will now install the power supply, which is held by 4 standard skulls, like they're not like some proprietary, which is logical since it's not like a pre-built, like custom, it's a custom build. So now I'm installing the first side panel, which needs to be on in order to put the motherboard in. Side panel is being held on by 4 screws, which look like this, and are flatheads, which actually look pretty nice on the case. Now the time has come to install the motherboard, which I already told you the spec. It's 4GB of RAM, and it's an Asus B5K Deluxe. I mean, it's not the best board for 775, but it's on the higher end. It also has the Intel Core 2 Duo E8400E processor, which I think has the E0 revision, since I got it overclocked to 4.33 GHz with this cooler. I would want to try water cooling, but tracking down a pump and those for like the original ones would be pretty hard. So I'll also remove these covers for like the back cards and that, since the original PC that came here was like really basic. I mean, it had a Core 2 Quad Q6600. I actually have to check if it's the good overclocker, if it's the good stepping, but it didn't have a dedicated GPU. Instead, it was like a ASRock board, I mean like mid-range, and it used the onboard graphics on that motherboard. It took a really long time to screw the motherboard in, since some of the standoffs somehow didn't align with the holes, so I only ended up screwing in a few, sadly. But as you can see, it is fairly sturdy, except for some bending here and there, which I hope won't be massive. So now it is time to install the 9800 GTX. I already removed the this back shields, or what are they called? Slide this in. I actually bought an unnecessary thing for this PC, which I think it would not need it, but I bought it anyway, which is an anti-sag bracket for the GPUs. But this is a pretty old car, so probably not as heavy and needing this anti-sag bracket as the new GPUs, which actually the CPU cooler would need a anti-sag bracket more than the GPU, since it's actually heavier and I actually sometimes see how it's like drifting a bit down. I'm not going to be trying to like pull it down or anything. And it's also blocking like the air intake for the power supply, which is actually good since it's taking like the hot air out, since it's made to exhaust. But I'm actually going to be adding a lot of fans to this. I'm going to be installing all the power cables. First the GPU here, then we have the main power connector for the motherboard. I actually don't know what I'm going to be doing with the cable managing for this system. I'm gonna look that everything is oriented correctly. I'm going to be trying to cable manage it as much as possible, but there's nothing a lot I can do since it's visible from all sides, like it's clear, and it's an old case, so there's like no space to put like the access cables. So had a 120 gig Kingston SSD in this PC before, which also has Windows XP with all my games installed. But since it's only 120 gigabytes, I'm going to be adding a second 120 gigabyte Asus Kingston SSD. So before I install all the fans and put on the final side panel, I'm actually going to be doing a quick power test to see if the PC works. Since I had some issues while trying to get this PC to boot, I'm going to be leaving it here. It's gonna be here for the rest of the video. It's probably not much different. It's actually my room now. So I'm yet to install the SATA SSDs and of course all the fans, which I actually have quite a lot. And then there's some miscellaneous stuff that I want to do. Now I'm going to be installing both the SATA drives. I have the cables right here. So this is the main one, since I have it like tape or something like that. So I know this is the main one since they're almost the same. So gonna plug in the cable there, and then on this end here. And now I'm actually going to be trying to use as little of these like SATA cables as possible, since I want the inside to look pretty clean. So I'm gonna now put this here. I actually don't have any like RGB fans yet, so for now it's going to have normal fans, but then I'm gonna slowly get some RGB fans, which I'm also going to put in. So the first fan I have here is this Enermax fan. I think it's an 80mm, and I actually think this thing came originally with the case, so it's maybe an Enermax UCB8. So I'm actually going to be putting it right where it was, which was up here. It was an upper intake fan, and I am gonna connect it to the fan controller. All these headers for the fan controller are 3-pin and actually have this like protective cap that I have to take off, and then I can connect them like that. So for the second fan I have this clear AC Ryan fan. Sadly has no LEDs, like it's not a color fan, even though it's clear, which is going to go here on the front. So I sadly had to finish the build off camera, since everything started going wrong, from the ramp, the overclock, blue screens and everything. But as you can see, I got XP and everything up and running. I did some cable management off camera, I put up all the fans off camera. The fan controller also works flawlessly, and I also put on some lights. So yeah, this is a showcase now of the build.